Bloomberg Audio Studios. Podcasts, radio, news.
The Stock Movers Report, your roundup of companies making moves in the stock market, harnessing the power of Bloomberg data.
Now let's take a look at some of the stocks on the move today here in Europe. I'm Caroline Hepke and I'm joined by Bloomberg's breaking news editor, Louise Moon. There is one stock in Europe that is really surging today, and that is Novo Nordisk. Investors salivating over a new drug, a new advance.
Indeed, yeah, kind of the one big story before the Christmas lull fully kicks in. But as you say, yeah, so Novo Nordisk has won approval to sell a pill version of its Wegovy blockbuster obesity drug that's in the US, and sales should start in January. And the reason that this is really boosting shares are up about 7%, and they've been holding those gains all through the morning, is because it's a real crucial step to try and defend its market share essentially from US rival Eli Lilly. Essentially, Novo's kind of created this market, and then it's struggled to keep up as Eli Lilly has also ploughed ahead in the market. And if you look at their share prices, they've really diverged. Eli Lilly's kind of soared this year, and Novo's very much gone in the other direction. So they're relying on this new pill to fuel that growth. So as I say, it will start in January, starting price of about $149 a month. And then they've also filed for approval elsewhere, so in Europe and elsewhere globally. So that could potentially also come. And then on Eli Lilly's side, they've also said that their own version could come in March. So it's an interesting kind of playoff between the two of them, between the two giants.
Yeah, I mean, it's just interesting, isn't it, that next year could be the year that the weight loss drugs go from jab to pill, which would make things so much easier. Yeah, for people. Really interesting. And just how much weight loss people get from them. Okay, so from Novo Nordisk to a big fine for Ryanair, an unwanted charge. Ryanair is saying it's going to fight it, though.
Indeed. €256 million. That's from Italy's antitrust watchdog, essentially saying that Ryanair deliberately hindered travel agencies that were trying to buy flights on its website. So saying that they're have abused their dominant position in the market. So that's from a specific period from April 23 to about April 25. It's kind of the latest in what's been a pretty strained relationship in recent years between Ryanair and Italian authorities. And as you say, Ryanair have said that they're going to appeal this. And kind of not just really with Italian authorities. Ryanair has been in spats with travel agencies kind of across the board, really. So, for example, they were sued by On the Beach in 2021. They reached an accord with that. So it's the latest of a Ryanair fight. So yes, shares are down slightly on that news, but as I say, only just slightly down into the red. As I say, it's kind of not a new thing that's happened to Ryanair, but it is a big fine. But they're going to appeal it, so we'll be watching to see how that plays out.
Okay, interesting. Then we have some fresh news on Akzo Nobel, activist investors pointing them into a corner.
Indeed, yeah. So Akzo Nobel is the paint maker behind Dulux. So they have said that Cevian Capital, the activist investor, has raised their stake to just over 10%. They did have about 5%. So essentially this is an indication of them putting weight behind Akzo Nobel's strategy overhaul. It's been struggling, and Cevian Capital first took a stake in August, and that was not only them taking a stake, but also their first entry into the Netherlands. They have quite a big track record of initiating a lot of changes at the companies they invest in. Sometimes that leads to a breakup. And as I say, this comes as Akzo is embarking on a big turnaround. They want to cut costs. They want to boost their competitiveness. As I say, they've been struggling. They said they're going to cut about over 2,000 jobs by the end of the year. They've closed some sites. So a lot of change happening, and this could be really boosted by this presence of a big activist investor.
The Stock Movers Report from Bloomberg Radio. Check back with us throughout the day for the latest roundup of companies making news on Wall Street. And for the latest market-moving headlines, listen to Bloomberg Radio live. Catch us on YouTube, Bloomberg.com, and on Apple CarPlay and Android Auto with the Bloomberg Business app.